Let's talk about Tesla. This week, there seemed to be, or actually last week, there seemed to be a little, I think the word people use is kerfluffle, over the factory in Sparks, Nevada. This is a joint venture between Tesla and Panasonic. It is a factory worth some $4.5 billion that produces all of the 2170 lithium-ion cells that Tesla uses, as well as motors and drivetrains. Is it for all the cars or just three?
Just three.
Just three.
Thank you. There's been some disagreement between Tesla and Panasonic, and we don't really know where it's coming from. Panasonic in general, like most huge Japanese companies, doesn't say a lot. And Tesla, like Tesla, says a lot all the time. But suffice to say, what they both pretty much agree on is that the factory in Sparks can produce up to, with the current equipment, 35 gigawatts annually of batteries. Now, I don't know what that translates to into numbers of cells, but it's a lot. It's a metric shit ton, as we used to say. But for one reason or another, the factory is running at a lower capacity. According to Elon Musk, the factory is only putting out about 23 or 24 gigawatts annually. And Musk and Tesla have claimed that this is the reason for the constrained supply problem. They need more batteries. Panasonic, in their very nonverbal way, has communicated that they don't have orders for more than they can currently produce, so they don't see any reason to add additional equipment until there is more of a demand. There's a little bit of a cognitive dissonance going on there, right? Who do we believe?
Well, I mean, they built the thing to do 35 gigawatt hours, so you would kind of expect them to want to deliver on what was ordered.
Well, the question is, though, does Panasonic get paid if Tesla decides to only pick up 24 gigawatt?
Yes,
and
they do.
Leave 10 laying around in the factory. Would they still get paid? Because if they were to still get paid, I think Panasonic would have no issue in putting in more equipment or upping the ramp.
They anything that Tesla doesn't buy, they can sell somewhere else, and they have just formed an agreement.
Now it's in Nevada.
Yeah, it's in Nevada, so they got to ship it back to Japan.
And there's not a lot of demand for Tesla 2170s outside of Nevada. Or, I'm sorry, inside Nevada. So now they're going to ship it out.
Yeah.
To sell it.
I mean, frankly, the only people using this form factor is Tesla, to my knowledge.
No, there's others that use the 2170 now.
There are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There are the companies that make a 2170.
Right. Mm-hmm. That I knew. I knew Samsung was making one as well. But
so if others are making it, there's obviously a demand somewhere.
Obviously, right? Yeah, I that's a really good point that I didn't. I mean, the idea that, hey, they're in Sparks, which is, hours from anywhere. This is an interesting. The Tesla and Panasonic are partners in this venture.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's concerning in a lot of ways. Is Tesla saying one thing in public and another thing in private? Or is Panasonic just not capable of producing what they said they could?
Well, it sounds like they need to do more process tuning. And Eric points out that they're blaming the starting and stopping of the lines on destroying what efficiency they do have. So that could have something to do with it.
We've addressed the battery manufacturing waste,
yes,
and rework that is required. So to say that they are manufacturing one quantity, well, if we're seeing 40 to 50% rejects, maybe they're actually manufacturing more than that, but the usable ones are only this.
I was thinking it. You said it. So maybe they're making 35 gigawatt hours and throwing away 35 minus 28.
Yeah. Wow.
But if that was the case, Panasonic, I would believe, would be under contract to produce a certain quality of the battery.
Right. And that would be what Tesla is demanding.
And Tesla
ones
would be saying, we're not paying you for that because it's not of the quality that's on the contract.
Yeah, if we put that in a car or in a house, it'll catch fire. No, thank you.
Exactly. They don't want that. So I don't know. And then what about the other piece of the puzzle where with the Chinese Gigafactory going to be opening up, that they may be using somebody other than Panasonic to produce the same type of battery? Is this some sort of a bargaining chip? We'd be
ashamed if we couldn't meet 35 gigawatt hours and make the new factory.
Yep. So you're right, Russell. There's a number of things that play here, and we got people on both sides just pointing fingers at each other
in public.
Two
companies that don't like two companies that don't like to do stuff in public. And then Panasonic is already in Giga 1 and Giga 2, so you would think that they also would be quite happy to be in Giga 3.
Unless there was a problem with the partnership. And clearly, the Buffalo factory is a nightmare. Anybody want to argue against that? Chat room, Buffalo factory is a complete failure.
We will see for this year, because this is the year that Musk claims that this will be the year for solar. And if they don't, then yeah, absolutely, there's an issue with the factory. But we just have to see on that one.
Yeah, we're 3.5 months in, so he's got 8.
I wouldn't hold out much hope for Buffalo.
Well, you don't
tell us what some of the problems are, Russell.
In Buffalo?
Yeah.
Well, they're making a not super profitable standard solar panel. The regular black and silver solar panel that you see on everybody's houses that gets shipped to things. They're making small to medium quantities of that. But the other two products that they're supposed to be working together to make are a solar roof, or excuse me, the other solar roof and not Powerwall, just solar roof. Solar roof isn't even fully developed,
and bare cells as well.
I'm sorry.
Solar roof, regular panels, and bare cells, like the raw solar cells. They go to making other
little round disc things.
Well, the square ones, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, to Russell's point, the articles we've read, or some of the ones I've read, they're still trying to figure out how to sandwich the materials together and get them to stick together, and then actually generate electricity and do it at any pace that can actually satisfy any kind of demand. And they've had years they've been working on this.
Yeah.
But with the Chinese embargo, you think they could at least get the regular square ones out.
Right.
But they can't. And why?
I mean, there's so much demand because it has to be U.S. built if you don't want the tariff slapped on it.
And yet, the
can't.
United States can't pump them out.
Exactly.
It's sort of odd, isn't it?
Yeah. And then New York is getting pissed for they got all this money invested.
And I think at the end of this year, if he hasn't hit the employment targets that he committed to, I think he has to pay a fairly significant fine.
Ouch.
Yeah, but obviously that fine is cheaper than selling something that doesn't work. Look, just to toss a little, I mean, in America, we worship Thomas Edison for good reasons and bad reasons. Edison was brilliant at one thing, and that was finding a market, developing a product, and deploying that product. So that whole Edisonian process of, finding a market and saying, okay, I've got a product, and then you tell your hardworking crew of scientists to actually invent the product and get it out to market. That worked well for Edison. It's not working as well for Musk in this sense, because solar roof is a huge abortion. I mean, it's embarrassing.
So I've got numbers here. The state of New York put $750 million into the Buffalo plant. There's 700 people working there, and they have exactly 1 year to hire an additional 1,460 people.
So they've got wow. They've got to add double.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The target is 1,460.
Okay,
so they have to double. So they only have to double their workload.
Right.
It's better than adding double.
Keep in mind that 750 number is not necessarily a very hard number. The inside the rumor range is anywhere between 150 and 400.
And it could be a $41.2 million penalty for each year it falls short in its employment goals. And I'm hoping to hell they don't just hire 750 people to stand around and do crossword puzzles.
So
If that's cheaper than to find, that's exactly what they'll do.
yeah, that's what they're doing now. And don't get me wrong. Again, this isn't me cheering for Tesla screwing something up. A solar roof would be incredible. I would never be able to afford it. It's a product for rich people. But
Solar Roof 1.0, yeah, because it's designed to compete
solar
with
roof anything is going to be super expensive.
It's designed to compete with Slate and Terracotta, and if Solar Roof 2.0 is designed to compete with asphalt, or Solar Roof 3.0 is designed to compete with asphalt, then we'll see more normal people putting it on their roofs.
What did Tusk?
He's called himself Tusk before
at the rollout.
Yeah. Well, but he was saying
cheaper than standard roofing available now.
But
standard Slate, standard Terracotta.
But I think wasn't he also doing
in my gated community
with savings, with gas savings included?
Right, just like he does with the cars. He's like, with fuel savings, it'll be cheaper than anything. But yeah,
hey, look, as important as cars are, is decentralizing the grid and home generation of power.
Yes,
home generation, home storage, and electric cars. I mean, those are the three things we've been preaching since 2010. And again, I mean, I want to reiterate what Russell said here. We're not bashing. We're saying you can do better than this. Please do better than this.
I would rather he just made a ton, just make a buttload of regular solar panels. You know, because at least that would help.